Hello there. A couple weeks ago I talked about Batman and how he has been interpreted throughout the years. While the title character of these comics, films, and series is definitely a strong one, the villains provide a lot of fun and are definitely the strongest ensemble of baddies in any superhero franchise. So here's my personal list of the top greatest Batman villains. The Mad Hatter. Partly inspired by the Alice in Wonderland character, Mad Hatter may look harmless in appearance, but you wouldn't want to meet him for fear of being hypnotized. What he lacks physically, he makes up for in smarts, which makes him a worthy adversary to Batman. Catwoman. Like Batman, Catwoman has had many interpretations throughout the years. In the animated series, for instance, she was more of an anti-hero. She wasn't evil, but her status as a jewel thief and wooing of Batman made her a good fight for the Dark Knight. However, my favorite version of Catwoman is the one portrayed with devilish glee by Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns. She's incredibly evil, but isn't your typical feline-loving villain. She's not afraid to kill you, and her general craziness and relationship with both Bruce Wayne and Batman makes her a strong character. The Riddler. With his use of riddles, he definitely makes for a fun villain, and he's definitely one of the more intellectual ones of the group. I mean, how is he able to think of so many different riddles? The main reason why I don't have such a popular character higher on the list is simply because of how unrealistic the stories with him are. I know this is a series about a man fighting crime dressed as a bat, but I nonetheless question how Batman is able to solve the puzzle so quickly. I'm still reaching for notepad and pencil by the time he's done. Clayface. An actor who got him way over his head, Matt Hagen becomes Clayface, wherein gangsters pour a bucket load of face-changing chemicals on him. Thus, he is given the ability to change into anybody he wishes. However, while this may seem like a great power to have, it is more of a curse than a blessing in Hagen's eyes. Despite his shape-shifting abilities, he is mostly a quote-unquote Clayface. His combination of strength and intelligence also makes him a tricky match for the Batman. The Phantasm. Created exclusively for the motion picture Mask of the Phantasm, the villain is not only quite chilling and frightening, he actually plays a major part in how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, which adds an extra layer to the character. He also makes the Dark Knight into a chase vigilante, much to the annoyance of both Bruce and Commissioner Gordon. However, how does he play such a major role in Bruce's life? Well, rent the film. It's great, and the Phantasm is showcased very well in it. Scarecrow. A scientist obsessed with the concept of fear, Dr. Jonathan Crane became the Scarecrow, whose evil plan is to plunge Gotham City into becoming a bunch of scared creatures. Even Batman has been hit by his fear gas in one pivotal episode of the animated series. Cillian Murphy also gave a chilling portrayal of the character in Batman Begins, with Christopher Nolan giving him a nice cameo in The Dark Knight. A man with a potato sack on his head may not sound frightening, but his experiments certainly add to his creepiness. Poison Ivy. Considering all the environmental wackos that exist in the world out there today, Poison Ivy isn't that far from reality. As her namesake promises, she is somebody you would want to stay clear away from, despite how attractive she may be. With her poisonous lips, ability to control dangerous plants, and use of love toxin, she is a force to be reckoned with. Her immunity to any poison also gives her strength against even a certain villain's laughing gas. She has also been responsible for separating Batman and Robin on occasion. Yet in the end, she does want a family, which Batman's antics stop her from fulfilling. She's definitely one of the most powerful Batman villains, and certainly one of the best. Two-Face. Originally a kind district attorney named Harvey Dent, he was then horribly scarred and turned into the gangster Two-Face. In the animated series, he was shown to have two distinct personalities, with Two-Face unfortunately taking over Harvey. In The Dark Knight, in a strong performance by Aaron Eckhart, He was scarred by love, as well as the maniacal test of an evil clown. I think most of us will want to forget the ridiculously over-the-top Two-Face from Batman Forever, though. The dual personality allows Dent to be a strong and three-dimensional character, and it's particularly interesting to see that Batman is always trying to send it back to the right side, although whether Harvey is gone forever is up for debate. The Joker. Batman's longest-running rival and his most iconic. The Joker is the villain most fans crave, and deservedly so. He's absolutely crazy, and he's a comedian at heart, which does not stop his reign of terror. He does not merely want to kill Batman, he wants to end his life with a bang. With his terrifying laugh, he's certainly one of the maddest of adversaries. My personal favorite portrayal of this long-standing villain is Mark Hamill's wonderful work in the animated series, which oozes with menace. I also have to give special consideration to Jack Nicholson in the Tim Burton Batman, as he did extremely well in combining both the gangster and clownish side of the Joker.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. He can't feel the neck. See?
And last summer, Heath Ledger proved to be absolutely riveting in The Dark Knight. The way he tests the three main protagonists and his wanting to be a better class of criminal was magnificent to behold on the big screen. And of course, there were a slew of imitators. You look nervous. Is it the scars? You want to know how I got them? Come here. Hey, look at me. So I had a wife, beautiful, like you, who tells me I worry too much. Who tells me I have to smile more. Who gambles and gets in deep with the sharks. Look at me. One day, they carve her face, and we have no money for surgery. She can't take it. I just want her to see her smile again. I just want her to know that I don't care about the scars. So I stick a razor in my mouth, and I do this to myself and no one. She can't stand the sight of me. She leaves. Now I see the funny side. Now I'm always smiling. Just a little thing I do. Heath Ledger obviously did a much better job of that. The fact that Ledger is only on screen for 20 minutes shows the veracity of his portrayal. But everybody else, including the comic book writers, did a fantastic job of bringing this evil villain to life. And now my choice for the greatest Batman villain is Harley Quinn. I know it sounds crazy to put the Joker's girlfriend at the top of the list, rather than the Clown Prince of Crime himself, but the fact of the matter is, she is my favorite Batman villain, hands down. While she is a sweet character, certainly, she's not afraid to get down and dirty with the rest of the bad boys. She came extremely close to killing not only Catwoman, but Batman as well. And her cunning psychological training makes her an intelligent character too. She's a fully grown, two-dimensional character, and one that deserves recognition for stealing our hearts as well as threatening to kill us. She's a strong character that holds up well on her own, and I strongly await a live-action film debut. Come on, Nolan. Search your feelings. You know them to be true. And that's my own personal list of the top greatest Batman villains. Sorry, Penguin, Bane, and Ra's al Ghul aficionados. I could care less about those three. But if you disagree, that's what the comments section is for. See you next time.